The wrestling heart, the story of Jacob. Jacob was born gripping the heel of his twin brother Esau, a sign of the struggle that would follow him through life. Though the younger, Jacob yearned for what belonged to Esau, the birthright, the blessing, the future. Driven by ambition and encouraged by his mother Rebekah, Jacob tricked his blind father Isaac into blessing him instead of Esau. The blessing came, but so did the consequences. Fearing Esau's wrath, Jacob fled to his uncle Laban's house in Haran. There, he fell in love with Rachel and worked 7 years to marry her, only to be deceived and given her sister Leah instead. He worked another 7 years for Rachel, and yet more years to build his wealth. The trickster had met a trickster greater than himself. As Jacob prospered, he longed to return home, but fear lingered. Would Esau still seek revenge? On the night before they met, Jacob sent his family across a river and stayed alone. And then it happened. A mysterious man, some say an angel, some say God, wrestled with Jacob all night. Jacob fought with everything in him, until the man touched his hip and dislocated it. Yet Jacob held on and cried, "I won't let you go until you bless me." The man asked his name. "Jacob," he answered, "the deceiver, the struggler." But the man said, "Your name shall no longer be Jacob, but Israel, for you have struggled with God and with men, and have prevailed." From that night, Jacob walked with a limp, but also with a new name and a changed heart. When he met Esau, he bowed low, expecting anger, but Esau ran to embrace him. Forgiveness had already won. Life lessons from Jacob for today's world. Ambition without integrity brings conflict. Jacob's hunger for success led him to deceive. In today's competitive world, let ambition be tempered with honesty. What you gain dishonestly will eventually cost you peace. What you sow, you reap. Jacob tricked his brother, and Laban tricked him in return. Life has a way of reflecting our actions back to us. Treat others the way you want to be treated. True growth comes through struggle. Jacob wrestled all night, not just with the man, but with himself, his identity, his past, his guilt. In our struggles, career, relationships, purpose, we often meet the divine and discover who we really are. Wounds can become marks of wisdom. Jacob's limp was a reminder of his encounter with God. Your scars, emotional or physical, don't make you weak. They tell a story of survival, strength, and transformation. Name change, life change. When Jacob became Israel, it marked a shift in identity. In our lives, too, transformation often starts with how we see ourselves. Sometimes, to move forward, we need to let go of old labels. Reconciliation is possible. Jacob feared Esau's revenge but received forgiveness instead. Today's world needs more reconciliation between siblings, races, communities. Never underestimate the healing power of a changed heart and a forgiving spirit. God works through imperfect people. Jacob was far from flawless, yet he became the father of the 12 tribes of Israel. You don't have to be perfect to have purpose. God uses broken people to build beautiful stories. Conclusion. Jacob's story is one of transformation. From deceiver to father of a nation. From running away to wrestling with God. In today's fast-paced and fractured world, his life reminds us that the journey to purpose often includes failure, struggle, forgiveness, and grace. And that sometimes it's in the wrestling that we finally discover who we truly are.